So Brock Lesnar and Vince McMahon, lots of controversy. I think today, for Brock Lesnar at least, we can put the final nail in the coffin. So here's the news. Brock Lesnar is in WWE 2K24, yes, but you cannot play as him. He will be in the showcase mode, yes, but that's it. Maybe My Rise as well, he'll have his own storyline, and you'll play against him, you'll see him there, but that'll be it. You won't be able to unlock him, and you won't be able to put him on the active roster, and obviously he's not going to be on the base roster of the game either. And Vince McMahon might get a very similar treatment if he's not outright removed completely from the game. I want to say one more thing about Brock Lesnar, but before that, I should let you know, we got an update to the full roster today. Yesterday, names like Kurt Angle, names like Drew McIntyre were missing from the actual list. People that we've already seen in trailers and so much more. So today, I think that's been fixed, hopefully, fingers crossed. We're going to take a look at who's there and who's not, and it's going to happen a little later. Before we do that, Lesnar, will you be able to play as him if you wanted with mods? Maybe what's the status? Does his thing? Does his magic? Or somebody else from the community, and they upload him to the community creations? I would say almost an absolute yes to this, unless 2K goes out of their way to ban all Lesnar creator wrestlers. But then, if you're on PC, you can mod Lesnar, and they cannot do anything about that, at least not this year, because it's just the way the game is built. So yeah, Lesnar is in the WWE 2K24 video game, but with a huge asterisk. So before we move to the roster page and see what's up, here is the source. I'm sourcing, but I mean, there are so many more. I think this Insider Gaming is the main source right here. They basically tell you everything that I just told you. But again, nothing implicating Vince McMahon. I would assume they removed him out of the game outright because of the allegations that came out about him already way before this game was in development, I think, or at the very beginning. Oh, they do say, by the way, the reason is just that Lesnar, all this allegation stuff happened way too late into the development cycle, so we couldn't remove him. So this is the best thing we came up with. I don't know. Do you think this works? Do you think this is the best way to handle the situation? Let me know down in the comments. And now shout out to Smack Talks, or not Smack Talks, he's a great YouTuber as well, but SmackDown Hotel. Now, don't worry about it. They've updated the page and it's all current and it's all good. As a matter of fact, if you look at the B's here, there's no Brock Lesnar. So, and yeah, all the pictures are also updated. B-Fab is a manager. So let's go ahead and look at the roster, man. Let's look at the new people again. Is there any difference from yesterday? Doesn't look like it. No new names I'm seeing. Obviously, besides the pictures being updated. Shout out again, SmackDown Hotel. So the new people are the exact same as they were. Let's look at the NPCs real quick. Yeah, Paul Bear, by the way, seeing him in here is great. I want to look at the main roster, though, of course. Let's look at the legends real quick. So here, I just want to comment on a couple of people. Bray Wyatt being here is awesome. Booker T, his model still looks like a PS2, PS3 model. I say that, but like again, a game made in 2008 called TNA Impact Wrestling video game or whatever. Booker T in that game looks way better in 2008, dude. That's ancient time. Saying that makes me feel super duper old, but hey, it is what it is. It is facts. All three faces of Foley, including Mick Foley himself. So 4 Mick Foleys, man, in the game. You know what? I don't hate it that much. George Steele, I do want to see him because the last time I see him was in Here Comes the Pain. Jim, the Anvil Neidhart, he's been in the games forever now. Kurt Angle, there you go. You know what I mean? By the way, I'm showing you this list, Uncle Howdy, and not the official WWE stuff because, first of all, this is accurate right now. And second of all, they just literally put text. Like, how lazy can you be? How freaking lazy can you be, 2K? Come on. Presentation is everything. That's why, you know what I mean? Tyler Breeze, again, somehow squeezes by for 2 years now, even though he's not been an active competitor at all in the WWE. He's not been doing anything backstage either, from what I know. It's still, because of my GM, because of Xavier Woods, he makes it in there. Wade Barrett is in there with William Regal. 2 Englishmen. So yeah, the Legends roster, I think it's actually pretty darn decent. I'd say it's pretty darn decent. Like, you'd have to go back to 2K14 or something to get even remotely close to this. So I dig it. I dig it. And the women's roster, man, obviously in the last few years, WWE has been pushing a lot more inclusion of the women, a lot more women's wrestlers. But hey, now it's cool because like I want to play as Bailey. Alexa Bliss is always fun to play as. Alba Fire is awesome. Blair Davenport is awesome. Bianca is great. Dakota has a great moveset. Chelsea Green, I wonder how she's gonna play. Like Fallon Henley, why not brand new person? Gigi Dolan has a bad. I was gonna make a joke, but she has a great finisher. Let's just say that. Io Sky, awesome. You know what I mean? Like Rhea Ripley looks better than ever this year. So lots of names and lots of good names as well. Not empty. You know what I mean? Trish, new model. Hopefully they updated Lita as well. We haven't seen her yet. Tiffany, you know what I mean? Definitely gonna be a fun person to play as. And then let's look at NXT. We got Andre Chasen. Now a couple more members of his university like Duke Hudson, so it's good to see. It's cool to see that. Brooks Jensen is a brand new person. So NXT has gotten some love this year, but they definitely could have done a little bit more. One of the main criticisms I've seen against the game, there you go, like I was like saying, Ilya Dragunov was an 85 yesterday. He had that, and I was like, where did they, say that in NXT? Regardless, man, some people, their models have not been really updated, but there we go. They're looking at SmackDown. Obviously, the roster is here. But yeah, it's surprising to see. Just look a quick look at Raw 2. WWE has released a lot of people, man. They've released a lot of people. But I still thought that even without the DLC, we would have somewhere around 250 wrestlers. But here, I want to give a huge shout out to Kenny Baum. He looked at one of the trailers of the game and realized that it says like, oh, enjoy the game with over 200 wrestlers instead of saying over 250 wrestlers, right? Kenny said that saying this, if there were more than 250 wrestlers or close to that, would be a huge undersell. So obviously they couldn't say 250, so they went with 200. Yeah, it's interesting, man. Like, I think it's important and this should be marked because for so long now, each year, like 10 years, 15 years, each game would have more wrestlers than the last one. And they would say, oh, this is the biggest roster, the biggest roster. It was a meme that was running wild for so long that people got tired of it being a meme, man. And this year, the streak is over. Now, this might not be entirely accurate, but that's how it feels like. And so that's why I wanted to talk about it. Yeah, other things of note is that people like Dexter Lumis, they're under contract, but they have not been active at all. They're still in the game. Drew Gulak is still in the game. A lot of names like that have been kept in the game. But you know what? I'm glad. The more the merrier. Jake the Snake Roberts, even though he's affiliated more with AEW as of right now, he still has that legend steel. Ken Shamrock, pretty cool to see him here. Karrion Kross is a bit of a bad name right now because in the latest videos 2K published, we saw that he's exactly the same as last year, like exactly the same, not even one update to his model. So people got mad over that. Rightfully so, by the way. But yeah, as you know, we're going to have a whole bunch of news incoming for WWE 2K24. Before that happens, I've been collecting a whole lot of screenshots, a whole lot of entrance videos, and everything else in between. I want to make another video about the roster, count every single name, but also show you a video about them or a picture about them. So do a proper roster reveal that 2K should have done. But yeah, maybe they were trying to divert attention from the Lesnar situation as well. So if they had just one video, people would immediately infest that with Brock Lesnar comments and it would be impossible not to see. Maybe that's their thinking process. I'm not sure, but quite interesting development as far as Vince and Brock Lesnar goes, man. If anything else happens, you know which channel to look to. Show this button some love, the subscribe button down there. Very much appreciate your time. I'll see you on the next one.